Hello again. It has been like 4 months since I last made a video for this tutorial series, or for this live coding series, about using FFmpeg and OpenGL and getting video stuff on the screen and processing it. I haven't done anything for a long time. I got very busy and I was kind of thinking of dropping the whole project. However, I've gotten a couple people that seem interested in this project, that have been following it, that have been talking to me about it. And I thought, in this lockdown time when everyone's at home anyway, I might as well spend an hour or two every week continuing this project, because it's a cool thing. My aspirations for what I want to build is in this playlist. If you go to this playlist, the introduction, I explain why I want to build what I'm going to build. And essentially, it will come down to processing multiple videos simultaneously and also recording video from the webcam and a couple other things. This video, I want to slowly get back into it myself, because I haven't done this for 4 months and none of this is fresh on my mind. But from what I remember, I got video streaming working, and the one thing that I still had to do is the ability to seek video, to be able to jump forward by a certain amount or jump backwards. So hopefully I can get into the code, have a look again at how everything works, and then get that seeking functionality working. That would be cool if we could do that. But yeah, Marc Rebier's live. God. I'm kidding. Let's do this. But that's a real shame, because Marc Rebier is amazing. So, I still have this project here. I have no idea what's happened to it in the last year. So let's have a look. Let me just open that. So we have a README. Oh, I do actually explain how to do it. That's great. A build. Yeah, let's open the build. I think I've got an Xcode build running. Yeah, great. I was experimenting with something that someone sent me. Let me undo that for now. So, okay, let's try this. I don't think the video will work because I moved the video. I don't have the demo song anymore. Yeah, over here. Maybe I should move this to up. Don't know if that's better for people. Actually, now let me move it down. Sorry, this is little details. There we go. Then we can see everything. So yeah, it said couldn't open video file. I think that's because this doesn't exist anymore. I will have to find some other video I can load. Space Echo. Yeah. My friend and I playing around in the studio with a Space Echo. That can work. I can do that. So, spaceecho.mov, I think. I don't know if the MOV is capitalized. Okay. Here we are. Is it working? Yeah. Great. It looks like it's... Does it look yellower in this than it does in QuickTime? I don't know. I have this really strange feeling. I feel like it does. Yeah. Are you guys seeing this? Like, the saturation in my version is higher than it appears in the normal version, or in whatever QuickTime is doing. I wonder whether that's to do with MOV, whether there's some kind of information inside it. Confusing. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, but this is working for now. So one thing I might want to do is to print out where we are in this video, or I don't know. Let me first have a look here at the source code in Sublime. So let's make this a tiny bit bigger. Right, source. The thing you were just seeing that shows video consists of 3 files. It's super simple at the moment. We've got one main file that does all of the OpenGL stuff, opens a window, and then creates this video reader. So our video reader, we have some state, and we have 3 functions: open, read frame, close. And I guess what we want to do now is add a seek function. And I guess do it in the most, like, in a naive way for now. Maybe I can do like video reader seek frame. We give it the video reader state. And what can I do? So read frame gives back a frame buffer, or you give like a frame buffer and it gets filled, and you give a pointer to PTS, which does what? Let me find this. This has to do with the display time. PTS. We use the time base to calculate. Let me just print this PTS. What is that PTS? I'm gonna leave that for now. Okay, it's larger than seconds, but it's some kind of, why does this go up in 0 and then 751 and then up in thousands? That's really weird. Why does it do that? What if I stop this here? What is, I want to find new variable, add expression, VR state. So, the width of the video is 128 by 720. The time base is 1 to 25,000. So why is it 751? It's really weird. I think that's just part of the video, and the video is a bit strange, but nonetheless a bit confusing. What if I try a different video? I don't know. I'll leave it like this for now, but that is strange. Anyway, I guess when we want to seek, do we want to seek by using this PTS, like we seek to a certain PTS that we want? Or do we want to seek using, well, let's first start looking at like FFmpeg or FFmpeg seek to frame seeking. Let's see how this works. Yeah, okay, this is the command line version of the like front end of FFmpeg. I was thinking more like the source code. libav seek to AV seek frame more. Seek to a keyframe at a timestamp. Timestamp is an AV stream timebase is in AV stream timebase units, or if no stream is specified, in AV timebase units. Okay. When you seek frame, you have to give the format context, the stream index, that makes sense. Because the time base depends on which stream. So if you have the video stream inside a video file and an audio stream inside an audio file, the actual time base for the video file would be like in terms of frames per second multiplied by a certain amount, but for the audio it might be related to the bit rate of the audio. So if you want to use a timestamp that's in frames per second, then you would have to specify the video stream so that it knows how to seek. What are the flags? Flags which select direction and seeking mode. Can you tell me more? Seek to timestamp TS. Seeking will be done so that the point from which all active streams can be presented successfully will be closest to TS and within min-max TS. Active streams are all streams that have avstream.discard. I'm not sure if I want to seek through a file or if I want to seek frame versus AV format seek file. This is the life of a programmer who's only just gotten back to working on a project. It's Stack Overflow, documentation, and that's it. What is all of this? I don't even read half of the stuff that I look up. I'm trying to seek the given frame in a video using FFmpeg library. I knew that there was no function, but it was recommended to use avseek file instead. Something similar mentioned here. I know that AV format seek file can't always take your exact frame you want, but this is okay for me. I just want to jump to the nearest keyframe. Right. Yeah. I had the same issue, see the code below. So this is what someone is doing. AV rescale, TM, IS, stream index, time-based den, denominator, numerator. Format context, stream ID. What was mentioned here? Does anyone know how to implement seeking by seconds or milliseconds in FFmpeg? I currently have a loop running through the frames of the video using AV reframe, and I want to determine what time this frame should be at in seconds. But here, the question makes it seem like they're looking for a solution to just read all the frames in order. Why do they want to seek? I want to determine what time this frame should be at in seconds. That would just be the display time, the PTS. If it gets to a certain point, then I want to seek to a later point in the video. Oh, okay. By the way, it is not a video player, just processing the frames. I've heard I should be able to get the DTS or PTS from the packet, but it's always returning 0. Yeah, okay. This is why seeking is a bit difficult. Video files are consisting of iframes and then like in between frames. You have like the different keyframes that you need, and then all of the in between frames, the delta frames essentially. If I seek to a place in the video, to actually show that frame, you have to look for a place before it for the keyframe, and then work your way up to that frame. Because it requires knowing the previous information before you can in order to calculate the current frame. So yeah, that is a bit difficult, or that's a bit annoying. I didn't write this, but here is some good code from a sample I have. Okay, they're using seek file. Let me copy this out because I can only read stuff in dark mode right now. Let's make my seek video reader seek frame thing. Over here, bool video reader seek frame video reader state, and oh yeah, never mind. Put this down here. So print, what is all of this stuff? Convert time into a frame number. Timestamp in milliseconds. Okay. AV rescale. This is really like ugly stuff, man. Seek if we don't know where we are. We know where we are, but the desired frame is after the last decoded frame. This could be optimized. If the distance is small, calling decode seek frame may be faster than seeking from the last keyframe. What is decode seek frame? Did I miss some of the code? Because they're referencing a decode seek frame, and I don't see that anywhere. Oh god. Okay, this is not going to be a simple problem, and with a lot of this stuff, I just want to get through it as quickly as possible so we can get to the more interesting coding. But here it does genuinely seem like I have to do it properly. This is part of the new Seek API, which is still under construction. Thus, do not use this yet. It may change at any time. Do not expect API compatibility yet. Oh, great. Okay, so I should be using AV seek frame or AV seek file. So I imagine if I seek the frame, it's not gonna go, it is gonna, yeah, seek to the keyframe at timestamp. What if you don't seek to a keyframe? What if you give it a timestamp for something that isn't a keyframe? Honestly, what's the, if they tell me what the flags are, that would help. But they don't tell me what the flags are. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just call this and see what happens. Worst case scenario, it just crashes. Best case scenario, in between, we'll just figure out what its functionality is. Because honestly, FFmpeg stuff, it's not the best. There's not the most information, but I understand not many people are going to be interfacing with the actual library. They would be using something in between or the command line interface. Okay, so we need a format context. Where do we have AV format context? We have AV format context, and it's inside our state. And we open okay, so that's the context for the file. That stores all the file reading information. And we read frames from there, and it gives us packets, and then we can send the packets to our decoder and then receive a frame from the decoder. Okay, so if we do seek frame state AV frame context, it wants a pointer. Is this a pointer? It is a pointer, so that's fine. Stream index. Do I have that in my state? Video stream index. Oh, beautiful. Video stream index, and then we have AV frame. Timestamp. What's the timestamp we want to do? So I also have the base, the time base information. which if I just pause there, the time base, numerator, denominator, and then when we have 2000, we just do like 2000 divided by the denominator times by 1 to get the amount of seconds. So if we have the amount of seconds and we want to figure out the timestamp, it would just be like 1.6 divided by that, or basically times the denominator divided by the numerator, or just that. Okay, so if we have our function, we're here, I'm just going to say in 64t timestamp. So we give it a timestamp and it will seek to that timestamp regardless of if it's in 64t, regardless of if it's actually correct or anything. So timestamp in flags 0. I don't know what the flags are. I'll check the source code later. Check the source code and see. Ooh, is it deprecated? What's the warning? Oh, is there weird characters? Oh. What is that? Yeah, I think there was some kind of invisible character at the end there that I copied over. What is the warning? Is there no way of seeing what this... What the hell? That was so weird. Control... There. So I just have to hover over there. Okay, return false. It was fine. Or wait, do I have to return true? True is a success case. We don't need this. We don't need any of this right now. Void seek frame ts. Okay, so main PTS, we convert the PTS to in seconds if PT in seconds is greater than 5. We want to seek to 15. We want to seek to 15 seconds. So PT in seconds will be 15. And that means that PTS will be PT in seconds times by, in a double, time base denominator divided by, in a double, VR state time base numerator. And then we'll convert it back to int 64t at the end. That might be unnecessary. It might just convert that implicitly, but anyway. And then we do video reader, seek frame, VR state, and our PTS. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it works. I don't know. Would be kind of cool if it did. So, just playing normally. And it stopped. It's doing nothing. The video has ended. Why has the video ended? Oh. Because it will always seek to that place. Okay, PT in seconds is greater than 5 and less than 12 or something. Greater than 5, less than 6. It should be able to do that immediately, but whatever. What's happened? Why does it not rescale anymore? Or okay, it's frozen. Why is it frozen? Why did it take so long to... Oh, what? Ah! Okay, so this might be working in principle, but our set time here is at 0. So when we seek, we should also set set time to 15, so that, because we're using the GLFW timer to synchronize the video frames and make sure that they come out in real time. And I told the video to seek far ahead, but then GLFW was like, that's not the right time yet, something like this. That looked like a seek. Definitely looked like a seek. Okay, we can seek ahead. Can we seek backwards? PT in seconds is greater than 25 or 20, and it's less than 2.1, or just when it's greater than 20, we'll go back to, say, 6 seconds. Set time 6. PT in seconds is 6. And the whole thing again. Seek, then 5 seconds, and it should go back again. Broken. That does not work. Okay, so I've solved my issue. What I was noticing was that when you seek, I've solved my issue. What I noticed is that when you seek a frame, the seek operation will only take effect after the next frame. In other words, whatever it's doing, there's still one packet, seemingly, or one frame in the cache that it gives me of the old location I was at, and I don't need that anymore. As soon as I want to seek the frame, I don't care about that part of the video. I want to seek to wherever I need to be. And the way I've done that is in my video reader seek frame function now, I seek the frame, and then I basically copy and pasted in the decode function. I decode, I read out packets and make sure that I get at least one frame of the video, decode it, get rid of it, so that the subsequent call to my actual decoder, video reader read frame, will not deliver the wrong frame to me. And so over in my main function, I can now do that. I'm going to remove this print. I'll keep the print for now. The print is just going to tell me, I'll just say the PTS in seconds, the point in seconds, and not any of this. So what I'm doing is at 5 seconds I'm going to skip to 15, at 20 seconds I'm going to skip to 6, and let's have a look if that works. So 1, 2 seconds, 3, 4, skipped to 15. And at 20 we should be jumping back to 6. Perfect. So seeking is working now. I can tell my application I want to go to this frame, and it will be able to find that frame for me and decode it. It's working, but it's also kind of in a like it's not going to be perfect right now, because the way we seek is with this thing here. Let me find it. Is with this flag, AV seek flag backwards, which means it will find whatever is the nearest keyframe just before the timestamp I'm looking for. And you can also do AV seek flag any, and that should work. That should do anything, and it doesn't care about whether we land on a keyframe or not. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it just jumped to whatever, and we had a bit of a distortion there. And going backwards, it was like, no, that's not good. Okay, so when going backwards, I guess going by keyframes, like backward, is the safest bet. But that means that we'll land on, like, the very next frame that we read may be a bit too early for what we want. We want to seek to an exact point, and we're ending up a bit before it. So I'll think about that for the next time if I want to change that, because how that's going to be handled now is we're synchronizing in a very rough way the video to the time of the game, to GLFW get time. Because I'm synchronizing it to that time, if I receive a frame that's too early, it's just not going to do any, it's not going to pause at all, and it's just going to decode as many frames until we catch up with where we're supposed to be. So technically now it stays in sync, but it'll show a lot of frames just instantaneously or in short succession leading up to the right frame, and then it will go normally from then on, if that makes sense. So it looks correct, but we're actually getting too many frames here that we might want to skip over ourselves. Another thing worth noting here is that I'm sending this over to the codec to decode the packet, and maybe that's unnecessary. Like, we don't need to decode this last frame, we just need to skip over it. And to skip over it, I just need to make sure that we've skipped over an entire frame, and I'm just doing that in a really simple way here, because AV codec receive frame will tell me that it hasn't received enough packets yet, and then I can run this again. There might be a better way around this where I can just skip over enough packets without having to use the decoder. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. This is really basic seeking functionality. I'll check this in so people can see it. But moving forward, one big thing to do is to clean this up and make seeking actually work, where you can jump to specific places in the video, and yeah, I think that's a good starting point. That's a good starting point for this to continue this series. Git commit added rudimentary seeking functionality. There we go. Okay, I'll try and do this a bit more frequently and try and cover some interesting material here, because this is still the basics of video, video processing. But it's good to get going again with this project, and I hope this was a bit informative, although it's pretty basic. Thank you for watching. I'll continue next week. See you.